Good evening, everyone. This is your check in with Chuck. I hope everyone is doing well on this fine new start to the week. Um, things are going great in the family and with everything that's going on right now. I hope everybody else is doing well. Um, I did a lot of work on our house this weekend, which still got a little more to go for the kitchen, but it's coming along very well. I appreciate all the great comments that people have put on my Facebook page. I really do appreciate it. What I want to talk to everybody about today is is this world coming to an end? A lot of people are saying things about that because of this virus that's going on, and I just wanted you guys to reflect on a few stories and see what you think about this. Let's look back and start with Moses. When Moses was leading his people through the desert, and then when he came to the Red Sea, do we think that Moses was thinking, is this world coming to an end? Is this really what you're wanting me to do, God? So I challenge you to read that story and see how God came through. Let's look at Noah. When God called him to build the ark, do we really feel that Noah was thinking this is the world is coming to an end? You really want me to do this, God? You're really going to flood the world and take out everything? Well, God had a plan in that as well. I challenge you to read that story over again and see how it correlates to your life. Let's look at a few other people. Do we think that Joseph, being abandoned by his brothers, do you think his world was feeling like it was coming to an end? Jonah, when God was sending him to Nineveh, and then he was thrown into the sea, don't we think he felt the world was coming to an end? Job, when all his friends mocked him, and everything that happened to him, we can truly think that in his manly, humanistic life, although he was a very righteous man and a very devout follower of God, he too probably thought the world was coming to an end. And then we look at David, multiple times throughout his life. But I challenge you to read the story of David and Goliath over again. Look at it from the perspective of, did David think his life was coming to an end and the world was coming to an end? David followed God, just as Job followed God, just as Moses followed God, just as Noah followed God, just as all the other great leaders in the Bible followed God. They all thought the world was coming to an end. But when we're rooted in God, we know the world is not coming to an end. We know that God has a plan for all of us. We know that God is in every situation. We know that God is in this COVID-19 virus. We know that God has a plan for all of us. We know that some people just need to be closer to family. We know that some people needed to get away from distractions. We know that there are certain things that are happening in lives that needed to come out this way because God wanted it to. God is calling me still to reach out to as many people as I can, and that's why I started creating these videos. And not only do I use these videos, but I talk to anybody I'm in contact with to try to help them understand that God has a plan for them in their lives. Even if this world did end, and this is the end of times, if you're rooted in God, this is not the end for us, and we know there's a glorious future ahead of us. I hope you're all doing well, and please, I challenge you to go back and read these stories from a different perspective, and read them from the perspective that God had a plan, but the humans thought that the world was coming to an end. God bless. I'll talk to you soon.